For those like us who have been disappointed in the most recent batch of BMWs, which have seemingly forsaken driving verve, we've got good news: the verve is back. Surprisingly, it's back not in the form of a BMW sedan but in the all-new X3 crossover. Poised for success with a dual-purpose nature, it should appeal to luxury crossover shoppers and enthusiast drivers alike. The standard, we couldn't possibly call it base X-Drive 30i model, comes with a sweet turbocharged 4-cylinder, standard all-wheel drive, and a premium cabin. Power-hungry buyers will want to try the X3 M40i, which utilizes BMW's brilliant turbocharged engine to muscle its way down the road. Technologically speaking, the new X3 is head and shoulders above the model that it replaces, offering both a modernized iDrive infotainment system and a host of available active safety features. High's premium cabin materials, nimble handling, surprisingly fuel efficient. Low's disappointing braking performance, teensy exterior mirrors. Verdict: a refreshing return to BMW's famed driving dynamics in an unexpected form. What's new for 2018? BMW's compact crossover is all new from the ground up for 2018, and it's much improved compared with its previous generation. The X3 is one of the better driving BMWs currently available, and we're hoping this return to driving enthusiasm carries over to other new mainstream, non-M performance division BMWs coming down the pike. Trims and options we'd choose as much as we'd love to spring for the X3 M40i with its 355 horsepower turbocharged engine. The X3 X-Drive 30i is the better value and will still appeal to enthusiast drivers with its playful demeanor. We'd start with the mid-range luxury design trim and add the premium package, which includes a number of niceties such as navigation with real-time traffic and weather updates, larger 10.3-inch infotainment display, head-up display, heated front seats and steering wheel. All-wheel drive is standard. A rear-wheel drive variant is coming for the 2019 model year, so there's no need to pay extra for its sure-footedness in inclement weather. We would, however, add the optional adaptive suspension, called dynamic damper control, for $1,000. Which provides 3 different modes to tailor the X3's ride to driving conditions. Our X3 rolls off the showroom floor wearing a $52,845 price tag. If you're interested in a color other than white or black, add $550 to the bottom line. BMW offers the X3 in 2 flavors, the mild X-Drive 30i and the spicy M40i. They provide peppy and ripping acceleration, respectively, and the 8-speed automatic transmission, to which they are both paired swaps cogs smoothly and quickly. Push the turbo 4 hard and it runs out of steam earlier than we'd like, despite its willingness to rev. With a 248 horsepower turbocharged 2.0-litre 4-cylinder under its hood, the standard X3 X-Drive 30i provides enough power to comfortably negotiate almost any traffic situation, but it's hardly exhilarating. The standard 8-speed automatic transmission always seems to be in the right gear at the right time, which makes the most of the available power. The Porsche Macan S and the Audi Q5 are both quicker in our testing, the Porsche substantially so. Those seeking a performance-oriented crossover will find the X3 M40i more to their liking. A 355 horsepower turbocharged 3.0-litre inline 6-cylinder engine provides almost brutish power, out-accelerating all but the most potent version of the Porsche Macan Turbo and the Mercedes-AMG GLC 43 in our comparison here. Automatic stop-start. The X3 comes standard with a fuel-saving automatic stop-start function that greatly reduces idling at stoplights and quickly refires the engine when the driver needs to pull away. The system is reasonably smooth, but we still found ourselves reaching for the off button. Judging the X3 by its EPA ratings places it only mid-pack among its rivals. But both of our test cars, an X-Drive 30i and an M40i, outperformed their efficiency estimates, as well as the other crossovers in this comparison, in our real-world testing. The higher-powered M40i came in surprisingly close to the 4-cylinder X-Drive 30i, meaning there's little highway fuel economy penalty for all that extra power. We've devised our own fuel economy test in an attempt to replicate how most people drive on the highway. Our procedure entails a 200-mile out and back loop on Michigan's I-94 highway. We maintain a GPS-verified 75 miles per hour and use the cruise control as much as possible to mimic the way many drivers behave during long trips. Neither the X3, X-Drive 30i nor X3, M40i can claim outright performance superiority versus their segment rivals, but they can nonetheless give enthusiast drivers the tingles on a curvy back road. Ride comfort is balanced nicely with sporty handling, which gets even better if you opt for the adaptive suspension. Braking performance ranges from subpar to simply average. Acceleration. The X3's results on our test track don't fully illustrate the eager feeling both impart when driven in the real world. The M40i model and its 355 horsepower turbocharged X will be the enthusiast's pick. The 6 delivers a sonorous engine note and acceleration that pushes you back into the seat, and the crackling and popping from the exhaust during shifts add an extra level of oral satisfaction. The X-Drive 30i's turbocharged 4-cylinder sounds smooth, quiet, and refined and makes a respectable 248 horsepower that shuttles the X3 along nicely. Ride, handling, and steering. The new X3 still feels more competent than some of BMW's current sedans. It's fun to drive and willing to arc around corners better than expected, although it doesn't quite offer Porsche Macan levels of athleticism. The ride quality is well balanced with just enough firmness for an inspired feel without resulting in a rough ride over bumpy road surfaces. Our test vehicle came with an option we highly recommend, the $1,000 adaptive suspension. Called Dynamic Damper Control, it adds comfort, sport, and eco-pro driving modes to the X-Drive 30i. An adaptive M suspension $700, available on the M40i, lowers the chassis 0.4 inch. Braking. The X3's brake pedal feels disappointingly squishy at first but firms up nicely after the initial travel and becomes confident underfoot. Unfortunately, the X-Drive 30i's performance in our emergency stopping test was lackluster. The M40i's result was better but still not at the top of its class.
Yeah.